So, I've been asking all of you to be unapologetically you, and now it's my turn to do that. I have been really spiraling the last 3 weeks or so. Those of you who have seen me in person probably have noticed something has been different about me. Some of you might even already know what's been going on. I'm not going to share too many details because there is someone else involved and I have to respect their privacy as well. But I'm going to tell you what's been going on with me. And if you have further questions, feel free to reach out if you would like to. So, there's someone that I'm very, very close with who has been going through a very hard time for weeks and weeks and weeks now. And so, why all of a sudden have I been having a really hard time the last 3 weeks? Well, somebody that I care about is going through something difficult. Of course, that weighs heavily on my heart. It's worse when it's something mental health related because it's closer to home. It's even more so when their life is in danger. And as of late, it has been all of those things. This is someone that I'm extremely close to. Them not being in my life anymore would change my world. They are facing a whole bunch of mental health things, and it is causing suicidal tendencies, and they have been consistently putting their life in danger. She is also not getting the help that she needs, which makes it different than other things that I've dealt with. In the past, when this has happened to people that I love and care about, they have gotten guidance, and even if things weren't all sunshine and rainbows, they had gotten the help that they needed. They had resources to continue to help them, and, got back on the right track, at least had a foot to stand on. In this particular case, they aren't getting the help that they need. And that makes it harder because I feel like the threat isn't going away. 3 weeks ago, the event that made it particularly this triggering effect, this spiral starting for me, was that this person was unreachable for 24 hours. I had noticed that she wasn't responding and reached out to a few people to see if they'd heard from her. Nobody seemed to know where she was. After a few hours of this, I had convinced myself that she'd done it, and that she was gone, that I was never going to see her again. Excuse me. And I won't lie, it broke me. It broke me. Typically, the mental health issues that I face are mostly revolved around my anxiety. I strive for perfection, and so I have really high functioning anxiety. I will just really, really push myself at work. I live off of to-do lists. I really focus in on our budget. I do our chores. I just fill my schedule up, and I've always been that way. So when I'm not reaching perfection, or at least close enough to it, my anxiety goes off the charts and tells me I should be doing more. So that's mostly the battle that I fight on a daily basis. I do have PTSD. Most of that is controlled at this point. I do have things that trigger me. I'm aware of them. Sometimes I get triggered without warning, and I am pretty good at keeping myself grounded now, so I don't go into a full-blown PTSD episode or have flashbacks that interrupt my day-to-day life. There are probably a couple times a year where I have like really, really bad issues with my PTSD, but for the most part that's under control at this point. My depression, which I am diagnosed with, it's there, and I do have these really, really dark, suicidal thoughts on occasion, but for the most part my depression doesn't affect my day-to-day life. It's always kind of there, but it's something that, unless there's something really bad triggering me, it's manageable. But right now, it's taking over my life. Not completely. I'm still going to work. I'm still taking care of our family. But today, for example, was really eye-opening for me. I had the day off, and I was like, okay, let's turn it around. Let's get back to life as usual. I'm going to take some time to do some self-care stuff. I'll do some chores. I'll kind of be gung-ho about some things, and it'll make me feel better. Get that high-functioning stuff going, and instead, I made these plans, and then I basically slept all day. That is not something that I do. For those of you who are just getting to know me, it's a very unique time to be walking into my life, because this is not who I typically am, and I find that very unsettling that this is affecting me to the extent that it is. Obviously there are other things in my life that aren't making it better, but that seemed to be the triggering event about 3 weeks ago. And, things with this person they're not great. They're not great. She's in a little bit of a better place, but she's still not getting the help that she needs, and it's still going to be an ongoing issue for a while. And I'm going to continue to be there for her. There's no doubt about that. But the effect that it has had on me is very significant. Again, I'm not going to go into too many details about her. I want to keep her private life her own. And I'm sure she's watching, and I'm not trying to break her heart, but she knows that it affects me, and we all go through different things. I have put her through this as well, and so we have to be there for each other. We care about each other. We love each other. And this doesn't stop that. I just I need to find a way to handle it in a healthy way, and right now I am struggling to do that. So I have asked you all to be unapologetically you, and I wanted to take my turn to do so. Thank you all for being here and listening to this video. I appreciate being able to talk about it, even in big terms. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.